JDev is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead Season 5 episode review video. But before I get into that, it's extremely important, if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching The Walking Dead, you need to pay attention to the episode title. I'll even put that title name in the description. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest, and so does everybody else, that you don't watch this video any further, simply to avoid spoilers. This will be The Walking Dead Season 5, episode number 14. The title of this episode is called Spend. This will be my review, reaction, recap of the episode. And keep in mind, it's an episode I've seen before, just reviewing it to have it reviewed on this channel. And reviewing it due to the fact that they announced that Season 11 of The Walking Dead will be the final season of main Walking Dead show. Not necessarily the end of The Walking Dead story. That will continue through other means. But Father Gabriel is torn over by his loss of faith. Because of that, he decides to tear up a Bible. As Rick makes his rounds, he passes Jesse's house and notices her working on one of her sculptures, which has been vandalized. Now, Rick offers to find the culprit, but she brushes him off. Rick is later approached by Pete, who tries to start a friendship with Rick. Now, elsewhere, Noah asks to meet with Reg to become his student, so he'll know what to do to keep the walls up and not down. And then parts are needed from a nearby warehouse to repair the solar power system. Eugene is reluctant to go, but is the only one that can identify the required parts. He is joined by Glenn, Noah, Tara, Aiden, and Nicholas. Although the group is initially cautious, Aiden's poor shooting skills leads him to being impaled, and Tara suffering a severe head injury. Now, as the group readies Tara, they are shocked to learn that Aiden is actually still alive, but he is impaled to a wall with like a rebar through him or something like that. Something's through him, not a rebar necessarily, but after Eugene promises to protect Tara, he says, I'll take care of her no matter what happens. The others try to free Aiden. Realizing it is impossible, they leave Aiden to be attacked. Nicholas, panicking at the onslaught of walkers, tries to flee through revolving doors in the front of the warehouse. Glenn and Noah try to follow to stop him, but all three end up surrounded by walkers and stuck in the door. Now, Eugene is able to overcome his cowardness to evacuate Tara to their van, which he uses to lure the walkers away that are outside messing with the door that Nicholas, Glenn, and Noah are trying to get out of. So that was very smart on Eugene's part. However, Nicholas fails to listen to Glenn's advice and causes the door to open far enough for the walkers to grab and drag Noah out, where he is consumed in a brutal character death of Noah. Glenn, he's horrified, watches but can do nothing. And then Nicholas catches up to Eugene in the van and threatens to leave him behind. Glenn, having made it out the door, knocks Nicholas out. Though they have collected the parts, the ride back to Alexandria is somber, and they must hold Nicholas under gunpoint to get him to follow directions. And then meanwhile, Abraham helps a crew to extend Alexandria's walls when the crew is ambushed by walkers, trapping their lookout Francine, the foreman, Tobin. He decides, sees no way to save her and orders them to abandon Francine. Now, Abraham instead races to help rescue her, and then later, assisted by other members of the crew, with walkers dispatched, Abraham takes leadership of the group. Tobin later resigns his position to Deanna, Reg, and Maggie, admitting that Abraham is a better leader. Deanna agrees, but expresses her concern to Maggie that Rick's group is quickly filling in positions of leadership in the community. Father Gabriel later speaks to Deanna, expressing his doubts on the sincerity of Rick's group and not to trust them, unaware that Maggie has overheard them talk. Now, Gabriel didn't trust them before and was a little iffy on the group, but then he went to the school where the hunters were and saw what they did to Bob with his foot on the grill, so make up your fucking mind, Father G. And then Carol, she's visited several times by Sam, who keeps asking for cookies. Oh, damn cookie monster. To get rid of Sam, Carol tells him that she will only make them if he steals 2 bars of chocolate from the town's food storage. Sam returns with the chocolate. While waiting for the cookies to bake, he admits to breaking Jesse's statue, then asks for one of her guns. Now, Carol asks him why, and he runs off. She goes to the Anderson home and tries to talk to someone. Sam answers, and Sam answers. Pete answers, but she's coldly turned away by him, arousing many suspicions from Carol. So when Rick returns home, Carol tells him that Pete is abusing Jesse and maybe Sam, and the only way to stop it is to kill Pete. And that's the episode ending right there. Pretty good episode. It was interesting. Developments for characters. I did like it. It was a little slow at times. Sam being the cookie monster that he is. But we understand why now. He's trying to get away from, his mom, away from an abusive husband. And then you've got Abraham taking over the construction site because Tobin is a complete idiot. Father Gabriel is a snitch. When he forgave our group before, and now he's already changing his mind again. And then we had the death of Noah, which is actually a really brutal death, and that's very unfortunate. So, I'm going to give the episode a 8.6 out of 10 because a lot of moments, while sort of boring at times, the episode had a lot of tense moments with the whole Aiden and Noah stuff and, Abraham saving Francine and Eugene and Tara and all that. As far as the character of the episode, this is going to be a tough one. I've got it narrowed down to Eugene or Abraham. I don't know which direction to go because either one of them could be the character of the episode, and maybe even Noah, but he didn't do a lot. He died. So I'm going to give it to Abraham. He is the character of the episode. He was a badass at the construction site. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. So if you're a fan of The Walking Dead and you like this episode from Season 5, Spend, go ahead and smash that like button. You can smash it if you just like The Walking Dead in general. If you know anybody else that you think would be interested in listening or watching these videos, go ahead and share the video to them. Don't forget to let them know that they can share it with whomever they want to share it with. And then, of course, in the comment section, I want you to leave me comments about the episode, your score of the episode, your favorite character, your favorite moment, whatever you got. Favorite episodes of Walking Dead, least favorite characters, least favorite characters, favorite weapons in The Walking Dead, whatever you can put it in the comment section. I'll respond to any and all comments. And, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.